but you're gonna need some more. What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Showdown himself. Listen, I'm gonna have a quick live feed with you guys tonight. What's going on? How you doing, Terrence? What's happening? We got a quick live feed tonight. We want to discuss something I think is very, very important, especially for anybody that's getting in business, and that is customer service overrated. I think one of the biggest things people when they go into business. This is a good discussion I want to have with business owners and entrepreneurs. A lot of times people, when they go into certain businesses, when they have not so pleasant experience, you see about it, they'll talk about it, go on social media, share their experience with other people to say, hey, how rude the person was, or whatever. And typically we see like the Google reviews and things like that, which is very has helped a lot of businesses out, but also been the detriment of a lot. A lot of times people don't necessarily leave comments or reviews until they have some kind of negative experience. I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of times people don't actually leave any kind of comments or feedbacks about anything unless it's a bad experience or unless the actual particular company has asked them, all right, hey, can you leave a comment on your experience with the Google reviews or Yelp or something like that. But I want to have this discussion because being an entrepreneur, being in business, everybody has different, pensions on how they look at, customer service and everything. You kind of look at just say like the pinnacle of customer service would be like your luxury hotels, your Hyatts, your Hiltons, your Chick-fil-A's, where just a big pension where everybody puts, customer service and customer experience first. And make everybody feel all right. And, coincidentally, they do charge a premium price for their products and services as well. But I personally want to ask the question. I just want to have a discussion with everybody. Now, again, when we have this discussion, a nice discussion, what's the discussion is customer service overrated. While we're having this discussion, try, if you are not a business owner, if you're not an entrepreneur, try your best to have the lens of the business owner. Because anybody spending money want to get felt, get treated right? Hey, I want to feel good about this. I want people to break, make me feel like I'm the most important person in the world. So if I'm in your business, I want you to treat me accordingly. I get it. But at the end of the day, the other side of it is, as a business owner, you have to actually, kind of, you're looking at that niche or what kind of business that you do want to have, how much you're going to put into the point of having customer service. If you guys don't remember, I've done a video before where I talk about the customer isn't always right. And that, seriously, you see it. Some people are just butts and just mean and rude and everything like that. The customer is not always right, but the customer is always paying you. The customer is always spending their money with you. And you got to find that little happy medium or that line where you just say, look, I can understand this person being rude, this, that, and that, and, they're wrong in what they're saying. But where's your fine line going to be for you as a business owner, or you have it for your employees on how much they should toe that line of maybe disrespect, or not even just going as far as disrespect, just dealing with somebody that's not really going to benefit you. Had a good discussion with a friend of mine. He called me today, want to kind of just set some kind of referral partnership up. And, we were just talking in general in regards to just when you're looking at being in business, a lot of times you can say, well, listen, I'm an accountant. You're in real estate. You send me, people need their taxes done, need an accountant. I can send them you. People look into a house, want to purchase a home or do anything like sell a home, I can send them to him. But you have to kind of look at it more so. I told him, let me know exactly what you need. And what I meant by that is we go on this customer service, knowing your niche market and things like that. Who you don't want, how much money do they need to make? they got credit issues, if they're first-time home buyers, whoever you don't want to deal with, let me know. That's why I won't waste time sending to you. I know my niche. You know, again, I'm not the cheap tax man. I'm the good tax man, but I'm not finna be, you know, doing taxes for $20, $30 and things like that. So with that said, I know I can tell you what kind of custom I want, what's my niche, what's my sweet spot. You do the same, we can move accordingly. Same thing when we start talking about customer service, like business owners, you got to, you know, you can be respectful, things like that, but then you have to kind of look at it. Will customer service be an overlying, you know, thing for you to incorporate in what you want to have for your business model, where you sit here and just say, look, we're going to over deliver, over treat, over care for this person, and we're constantly doing it. What will be the reason behind it, right? Are we going to just do it so we can make our people feel good, for us to feel good, or are we going to charge premium prices or high price for it? Okay. And I just want to have this discussion because I don't think a lot of business owners put enough of effort into customer service, customer experience. But I also think that some of the ones that do put certain things on customer service, customer experience, they don't actually put probably the best kind or the right kind to get a good return on investment for the money they're putting into it. So that's why I want to have this discussion with you guys in regards to this. Before we get started, guys, remember I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Mr. Short Dollar, we're talking about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. We got over 400 videos on the YouTube channel covering business operations, business management, business finance. Right now, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. But the main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. So make sure you just Google Mr. Short Dollar or Mr. Short Dollar YouTube. This handsome face gonna pop up. Subscribe to the channel, take advantage of all the great information that we have on the YouTube channel. Okay. And tomorrow, August 11th, you know, we'll have my normal dollar hour talk show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a great show tomorrow. Tomorrow's show, we're gonna be asking a question to many people that have left their jobs to start their own business. Did you, or what is the exact title for I book it up? Did you leave your job to start a business? Well, you ought to let me get it together right quick before I book it up. It's gonna be an awesome show, guys. I want to let you know about that, but definitely that's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What a little note set for that for tomorrow's show. There you go. If you thought you started a business, but you made a whole new job. You thought you started your business, but you made yourself a whole new job. And it's going to be talking and discussing. You know, a lot of times people have went down that road of, you know, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be my own boss and everything, because they're working the hell out of me at my current job. I'm overworked, underpaid, and everything. And you leave that particular job, and you're like, what the hell? I'm working way more. I'm getting less money. I'm stressed out more than I had a job. What the hell is going on? This is not what I've seen on YouTube and TikTok. So with that said, I want you to, you know, check it out. Again, that's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be streaming live from all the platforms that we're streaming from right now. But again, make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Take advantage of all that great information. Again, get into today's discussion. We talking about just basically what's customer service, you know, and we started looking at customer service. Let me check this out. Eliza Smith, and please accept apologize if I pronounce your name wrong. Crab Barrel call center sending job overseas, but didn't want Americans to work from home until the pandemonium. Yeah. And one thing about it too, I think that we're going to discuss that too in regards to just from a customer service, people outsourcing customer service and sending stuff overseas. You know, what were the pros and cons about it? And after this discussion, you know, again, sometimes you might feel like, hey, that might be a thought for us to do it. Or you might be like, yeah, it's best to not even use that at all. I appreciate that comment. We look at, you know, from, you know, just, you know, from a definition standpoint, customer service is pretty much how any business, operation, organization treats those particular customers that comes in to that particular establishment to, you know, purchase different products or services. how the, you know, in general, how they're spoken to, how they're treated, how they're handled from an intake, processing, intaking, process, and out processing. You know, greeted you well, handled you well during the process, and sent you out the door in a great way. And even then, it may be a situation where they follow up with you later. How did you feel about it? Did you leave there better than what it was? When you went in there, were you taken care of? Were you greeted with warm and open arms? These are kind of things, people, when we start thinking about customer service in regards to how people look at it in regards to what a business should and shouldn't be doing in regards to customer services. I got a question. Do your company help us out for a fee, sir? I'm an accountant by profession. The question was, does my company help out for a fee? I'm an accountant by profession. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see my company, Majestic Business Services. That's what we do. I mean, it's a business service firm, accounting firm, but the YouTube channel just give out free information. But that's what we do for them. But feel free to go to Miss Short on YouTube. All my social media and business links are in the description section. But you'll see my firm, Majestic Business Services. We've been in business for 21 years. But as far as the questions about grants, and I will tell you guys, stay on. We're going to discuss everything in regards to what we're talking about with the customer service. I promise you, at the end of the live feed, I will open the floor up and answer any questions that you guys may have. That's kind of like, that's not, you know, in line with what we're talking about now. But as far as the grants, businesses and stuff like that, I promise you, at the end, I do this all the time. At the end of the live feed, I'll answer any question that you guys may have that be business related. You got me now. You got me for free, so I got you. I'll take care of you with that. But we'll stay on the customer service. I'll circle back with you with that. I promise you. But we start thinking about, again, the customer service, you know, like I said, just giving people that experience of making them feel good when they walk in your door, just, you know, greeting them and everything. And like I said, you think about the Chick-fil-A's, the 5-star hotels and everything, and just make you feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. But we start looking at it. You say, well, look, what is the benefit of it? You know, what happens is that the intangibles of, you know, people feeling good, you probably feeling good. Also, it can be a situation where, you know, referral based, you know, hey man, you need to go check these people out, man. They're real good. They greet you at the door. They remember your name and stuff. Especially like sometimes you go to certain bars and stuff like that. You want to be that way. People, you know, make you feel warm and all fuzzy inside. You know, sometimes it can be for the actual owner of the business benefit to feel good about themselves, or it can be just straight marketing to make over deliver and make people feel warm and good about it. We're doing it, and also just be basic. Excuse me, the way of process when you come to the door. Like I said, when we look at it from a business owner standpoint, we look at those 3 phases: the intake when you're coming in, or when you start the initial part of the business, the processing part when you're getting everything done, and the outtake when you're leaving out and everything. During those 3 phases, how will customer service handle with doing that? And when you start thinking about certain things, when you say, okay, those possible reasons why you want to have profound, have some kind of emphasis on customer service, you start looking at the detriments of not doing it. You may say, like I mentioned earlier, when you start thinking about the Google reviews or the Yelp reviews and stuff, you know, that is one of the first things, you know, you start thinking about using a certain business or going to a certain restaurants. That's one of the first things you look at. That, you know, health code reviews or different things. Man, what's going on? You know, you want to take your car to go get fixed by a certain mechanic, and man, you read, hey man, this dude stole my money. They had my car 3 months and they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Now listen, this is the funky part about that. That person may be servicing hundreds of cars a week, but at the end of the day, if they don't have an X amount of reviews, just say 20 reviews, you wouldn't know the kind of volume. That may be taking care of thousands of cars a month or 1,000 cars a month, but you only have maybe 1 or 2 people reviews on there, and those reviews are negative. You might be reluctant to deal with it. That's why I do tell business owners you need to have some kind of system in place where you following up with people and make sure people, if you're set up on Google reviews and you're set up on Yelp, you need to have some kind of system in place where you're, you know, reaching out to folks and, hey man, can you, you know, if you had a good experience, let us know, because everybody's not gonna be happy with you. You know, I don't care who you are. Everybody's not gonna be happy with you. And so you have to be prepared for some people having, you know, having those negative experiences. No matter how much you do or what you try to do to correct the issue, some people just not receptive to apologies. Some people are not receptive to corrective actions by you. And no matter what it is, you know, they just going to put something negative on there. And it could be a genuine mistake that you made, again, that you address, you try to take care of, but you just can't make everybody happy. You just can't. And you got to be able to take that. You got to be able to take that. But one of the biggest ways to protect you with that is what? You be very, very proactive with reaching out to people. Because I would say this, it sounds a whole lot better when other people saying that you're a good business, that you're a good accountant, that you're a good baker, you're a good mechanic. It's a whole lot better than you saying what I just said. You do hundreds of calls a week, and you know, this hardly ever happens. This isolated incident. Basically, you trying to defend yourself. Don't give a damn about that. It sounds a lot better when other people are bragging and boasting about you. So I'm just saying it from an optic standpoint. People really don't want to hear what the hell you got to say. But if you have to be overly aggressive, to me, you know, send out texts to the customers once they get done with you, and hell, send out a follow, maybe 2 follow contacts if they didn't hear, if you didn't hear back from them, or if they didn't leave a comment. But especially if you're going to be in a situation where you're using those services as a customer service and you want to get some kind of referral system in, you know, again, and we know just being in business, it's a whole lot cheaper to keep a customer than to acquire new customers. Because if I take care of you, I can send some. Once you're a customer of mine, I can spend maybe $5 a year, sending a little 25-cent birthday card, Christmas card, you know, Happy New Year card, and you still in the fold. You feeling good, this, that, and that. Reaching out to you, hell, emails or texts is damn free. You know, just send somebody to say, hey, you know, happy birthday or whatever. That's easy to keep them. Or you trying to get somebody else, you running ads on social media, running ads on Google, YouTube, hoping things. You going to certain events, trying to sit here and pop-up shops, different kind of other events. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know it's late, having any brain cramps. But my whole point of it is, it's going to cost you a lot more money to try to acquire new business than just take care of the people you already got. So it kind of behooves you to make sure you got some kind of active interaction system going on with your customers. But again, you know, we start talking about, you know, the detriments that bad news, because some, you know, when a person has something bad to say about a business in regards to their experience that they had, it can be a legitimate gripe or complaint that they have. The thing of it is, when they put it out there, they will just bring it up in normal conversation. Say if you go to a mechanic and you want to get your oil changed and it went well and everybody was cool, paid them, bye, you take care. You really probably wouldn't even tell anybody about it because you're just cool. You went to McDonald's, got your combo meal, they said bye, you say thank you, paid them, everybody good, life goes on, right? Right? You ain't thinking about leaving any kind of comment. You're not thinking about leaving any kind of feedback or anything like that. It's not even run across your mind to do it. But let somebody cross you wrong. Oh, I can't wait till I get home. I'm going to call my friend, call my husband, call my girl, post it. I'm going to go on social media, make a video about it because they're going to learn today. All kind of stuff. And you got to sit there and that what happens when people have a bad experience. They will overpost it, overtell about it. They don't give a damn about when it's good or whatever, because that's normal, that's expected, right? So you have to sit here and say to yourself, with my reasoning and trying to put all this stuff in the customer service and stuff, you know, is there going to be a positive benefit with me doing this, or can it be a negative impact that can hurt me a lot worse? So that's what I'm saying. If you put yourself out there to get praise, to get reviews, you better stay on top of it, because again, people are more prone to post negative stuff than positive stuff. because they just expect things to go well. Your family, your friends, and stuff like that, they'll probably do stuff like that. But what they said, that's why you need to be overly aggressive, reaching out. Hey, man, look, y'all come to us, man. Look, make sure you leave a comment, or even with just your customers, just make sure you have that kind of stuff going on. I just want, what's going on, brother? What's happening, Zaris? Those kind of things you got to make sure you're on top of, because I see far too often people post their businesses up, especially social media, family and friends, and what they're doing. And people like it. People share it sometimes, but after a while, they get old, and that's just what you do. People say to me now, we had this channel 6 years. People say, well, hey, Pooch, what's going on, man? You still got a little YouTube channel, your little channel. You still got your little tax business. People just go, and give comment. I don't think they mean nothing negative, but it's just that expectations may not necessarily, be on par in what you're trying to do. So you got to kind of, be watching yourself when you put yourself out there to get criticism, be it good or bad. 1 second, guys. I'm in and out of this. What is this? Enjoy the red wave dams when Republicans take the House back. Okay, man. Harris, all policies will be returned. Okay. Somebody's up late. Back to what I was saying in regards to, we're talking about is customer service overrated. We're looking at the different reasons why you want to do it. Again, you want to grow your business, get that, get those optics of being a company that really takes care of people, or a restaurant or business, whatever it is. But you got to sit there and say to yourself, what is the biggest component of doing this? Because sometimes we got to sit here and say to ourselves, if I'm going to give people this great experience, and I'm just going to give you guys a quick story in regards to, I had a salon for 17 years, right? Opened and closed it on my terms, walked away and everything cool. But I'm just share something with you. What I always looked at with my salon was, I always make sure a couple things, because you're dealing, mainly with females. I had some guys over the years in my shop, but mainly females. And one of the biggest things that I always said was make sure it's 3 things. It was clean, it was, everything was functioning, and it was secure. Nobody had to worry about anything. I never heard about anybody getting broken into and stuff like that. And that's still kind of, I was lucky with that too. But the ladies had a clean shop to work in, and everything was functioning and working. By me being an accountant by profession, I just bought a salon. Ladies about to lose salon, and and everything. And I missed a lot from a creative standpoint because I wasn't a stylist or anything like that. So this is the issue. What was coming up? What I say with that is that I would see certain other shops over the years open up. Like, man, D, come on, check me out and everything. I'm like, cool. I went in. One sister, she had a shop around the corner, and again, it was all love. It wasn't as a competition, because at the end of the day, your money, my money, my money. When you look at, and I have that course coming out on how to start your own salon business. One of the biggest things that I always went back to, where you have to, the easiest question when you open up a barbershop salon. This is from the owner standpoint. Who is your customer? And I had salon suites, so my customer was the stylist, not the people that were coming in. It didn't matter. A person could have, a stylist could have, 100 clients in a week. That didn't change the amount of money I was making off that stylist. So it didn't benefit me to make sure the customers were fine. But I need to make sure the stylist that was written for me, everything was functioning clean from now. Now, if they have a particular suite, if they want to put in all these hanging fruit and all this kind of stuff, that was on them. But it didn't benefit me to do that. Basic stuff like that, a lot of stylists and barbers don't think about, because, again, they're creative people. But the business prospects in regards to how to do that, they totally were off. And a lot of times just asking that basic question, who's the customer? And they charging booth rent, but they were over delivering, making an experience for the customer coming in, getting their haircut, but the math wasn't working because they weren't making any more money. So you putting in all these TVs, you putting in all the, these wine and grape and fountains and all that kind of stuff. It didn't change the money you were making. So if it ain't changed the money you're making, why are you doing that? Now you say, okay, what would be the reason for doing it? You may say that we're a premium and I'm charging a little bit more money to my customers, i.e. the stylists or whatever, we're doing it. But we know certain places you can give more and charge more, But then you got other factors. What's the market in that particular area? You know, I don't want to say my salon was in the hood, but it wasn't Buckhead or nothing like that. And I knew they weren't going to pay, the stylists that were there were not going to pay Buckhead prices. Now, flip side of it is, they weren't Buckhead stylists either. So, you know, taking all these kind of things, when I say Buckhead, if you guys not from Atlanta, it's kind of, you know, you're more of your upper middle class or upper income, high income area. But again, you know, in my salon was probably in the middle, right at the middle, right above low. It wasn't low income, but right at the middle income area. But again, market dictates with that. So I can just have this oasis in the desert that I want to charge a lot of money for, but people gonna pay for that. Or here's another kicker. Not that you're trying to take stuff away from people. Hell, if you don't, you can put all this money in the customer service experience. The people that come in there, they really might not even appreciate all the stuff you're doing, right? You offering all these bells and whistles, and everybody like, man, this is nice and stuff. But these people really don't know what the hell this stuff is. You're giving all this expensive. You may have some wine, you may have some liquor, you may have some cheeses, music, certain kind of furniture and all that stuff. But the people that going in there, it's nice to them, but they really don't understand how much this stuff really costs. And you'll spend so much trying to create this experience. And if your prices ain't right, remember, you can charge what you want to charge. But like I said, the other factors, where you're located, who you're servicing and everything, that's going to determine the kind of prices that you really can charge and be able to make some kind of return back for it. But when you sit there and put all these kind of investments into it, i.e. to the customer service experience, that being your people or whatever the aesthetics that you have, are you really going to be able to make the money back? Not you hope, not you think, not you wish, not you pray for. Are you really going to be able to make the money back? And I don't think a lot of times people get in business want to ask themselves that tough question. Because what you got to learn when we start talking about customer service and taking care of people and stuff like that, what you like and what you care for doesn't damn matter. What matters is to the people that spending money with you, right? I'm an accountant, guys. I'm an accountant. I got a finance background. I got an undergrad in finance, master's supply chain. I'm a numbers guy. I've been, you know, CFO, finance directors and stuff. I got a lot more to offer the world than grant videos. I love helping entrepreneurs. I love helping people get started in business. But at the end of the day, if the audience wants more videos dealing with grants, I can get in my feelings and say I'll keep wanting to make these financial ratio videos and all this other stuff. And, you know, some people look at them, but if the bigger response is for grant videos and Deonte, they like the way you explained it to them, you know, I got to use common sense. If money comes from here, get on top of it. Just like you see people get in business, you like making this particular kind of cake, and that is your favorite cake to make. But the vast majority of the public and your customers like the cake that you least like making. You gotta sit there and say to yourself, well, look, I'm gonna be so stuck on doing what I want and what I think people will like this. Because you know, you see places and they be like, try this, you'll like it. But they're like, I ain't really feeling it. But that one down there, I love it. You like, man, I don't even like that kind of cake. But that's what people want. And you got to say to yourself, look, how much am I going to be stuck in what the hell I want instead of focusing on what the customers want? And the same thing with the customer service experience. You got to sit there and say to yourself, and we're discussing, is customer service overrated? What I want to give people, or what am I giving people, is the cost going to bring back the proper return for that? Because we've all been in them places. Like, you know, sometimes being a black-owned business, I'm very sensitive to even taking care of my people and people coming in like, man, because you hear it all the time, black folks don't know how to take care of black folks and all that. Keep in mind, I'm not white, so I ain't never went into a white business. They may have their own gripes. Asian people may have their own gripes with them with other Asian people, same with Arabs. I don't know. I'm not that, so I can't tell you that. But I've heard the whole adage before. The flip side of it is, too, let's keep it real for a second. I ain't never went into an Asian restaurant. I've been in plenty of Chinese restaurants, and they rude as hell to me. You know, we talking about over my lifetime. I went in the gas station, Arab guy, been rude as hell to me. I might have needed that gas. I ain't want my car to cut off, but I had to do what I do what I had to do to get in there. Same thing if I went to a restaurant where or a business where somebody African, or if it was somebody, you know, just hell, I'm in Georgia. Let me go 20, 30 miles outside of Atlanta and get low on gas. I ain't never got called boy, but I got kind of looks like they want to call me boy. I say all this to say that, you know, we still will spend money psychologically. And I guess I'm just speaking for myself. You know, not that we care to do it, but sometimes we still have to do what we have to do. And sometimes, you know, you go to that Asian restaurant, you want that fried rice and them chicken wings because they so crunchy and they so good. You put all that stuff to the side that they ain't friendly with you. You know, hell, I don't went to, and this was just blowing my mind over the past 5 years. How many of you guys have been to all these soul food restaurants? You walk in and everybody's Asian, huh? You go into a New Orleans seafood place and everybody from Korea working in there. Ain't that some? I mean, what the hell? And you go in there, it ain't no Miss Hattie and Miss Lucy, you know, walk around they little what a little duster, you know, cooking the food, and you feel like cool, you know, like you go one of these places in South Georgia, you see the lady, she still got her apron on. I ain't really know too much I want to say cleanliness, but sanitation ain't a premium, but it's so good. The chitlins and everything great, and everybody's going crazy in there, right? But, you know, it ain't that kind of experience. You know, you got Mr. Song and Mr. Fong, and making your soul food. And they ain't being nice. They ain't catching you at the door. They ain't giving you no warm, fuzzy feeling. They just, you know, you want chitlins, you want greens, you want this, and your ass going to order it, right? So sometimes that whole thing about customer service is more kind of emotional because, again, kind of when you're dealing with your own, you feel like you hope they're going to take care of me, I hope they're going to be right by me. And it might make you feel some type of way if you don't get treated a certain way when you go into if you're black, you go to a black-owned establishment. But I mean, just keeping it real, I've been in all of them, and I ain't, you know, I've had folks that, you know, been straight up great with doing it, and some just, it ain't matter where the hell I went. You know, a lot of them been rude. I just kind of pinching on like, look, we do business. You ain't got to over deliver to me, cool. And, you know, I you know, respect me, make me feel okay when I'm getting as far as spending money with you, and I'm fine. Some people want to make be taken care of, embraced, and all that kind of stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but you got to be realistic where you're going to. You can't have unrealistic expectations going certain places. And I think sometimes we got to sit there and say to ourselves, you know, we're back on the customer side too. Am I really going to get what I'm thinking I'm going to get, you know, with actual amount of money or actual area where I'm doing this with? That doesn't mean to have lower standards when dealing with certain people. But that does mean be very damn realistic of where the hell you at and who you dealing with. Now you go to a 5-star hotel, you go to Chick-fil-A, and they're being rude to you. Yeah, I think you have a legitimate gripe, but you can't be going to certain places, especially when you start talking about, you know, it may sound funny what I'm about to say, but even some of your public service places, your water company, your gas company that the county pay for. I mean, you got, you know, I don't know how it is in other states, but you talk to a person that had properties and deal with different counties and different municipalities in Metro Atlanta, and there's definitely not no damn big pension on customer service. You got a lot of people working in those jobs. They kind of like fill in spots, work there. They have been there for several years and stuff, and super comfortable. And they're rude, very rude. A lot of people that went to your license place, your water company, your gas company, and they rude to you, talking to other people, all kind of stuff like that. But they fill in spots. You got a lot of people just, you know, and it's not right. It's not right whatsoever. But sometimes you got, you know, and it is not to blow it off, but we gotta have some kind of realistic expectations with certain things. Doesn't mean I'm saying not to address it, but you got to be realistic about where you at sometimes. But going back into what we start looking at, you know, with having it, if you want to have a business that you want to make sure that you got, you know, a good customer experience and customer service, one of the key things you need to make sure that you can cover the cost to be able to do that. And also they're going to, again, what I brought up a little earlier, is there going to be a return associated with the cost that you're going to implement to get a good customer experience. The cash investment that monetary investment that you're going to put into training your people. You know, a lot of times, you got to make sure you got a person that's really polished and knows how to approach people, how to talk to people, how to respond to negativity. You know, everybody, you got a rude customer in. You got to have somebody back there. Like, I'm not saying let somebody hurt you, But sometimes you're like, look, man, they come here making money, they being rude. We can always ask them to leave, but I don't need to go back and forth with this person. Going back and forth and stuff. That's kind of somewhat of training you got to put into your people to be able to know how to respond. You don't want to. I'm pretty sure you guys seen the videos, and I know they fall few between, but we all done seen them. Where you got the waitress, she cussing the guy out. You got the young man maybe coming from behind the bar fighting everybody because somebody said something that bothered them. You got to actually make sure you got the right people and the right things in their head for people to be able to understand and be able to adjust to certain things. Again, I'm not saying let people disrespect you, but you got to be able to actually put those things in place. Also knowing that the other intangibles, lighting, certain foods, other intangibles like furniture, even going into a bathroom, you can tell places that have actually put a lot of thought into, the experience by maybe having some higher end plumbing in there, the table, the chairs, but make sure that whatever you putting in there, that there's going to be some kind of return back from you besides just words, and if the words are good and bringing more people in, great. But it's just people saying, I'm having fun, it's nice, but the dollar's not adding up. You need to kind of really think that, not saying treat people in the less or not provide minimal respect, minimal experience for people, but just some things instead of just the over delivering and stuff, you might just want to deliver. So it's just kind of things I want you guys to think about in regards to this with the whole customer service experience, because I do think some parts of it is overrated, and I think mostly the expectations sometimes people have with customer service may be overrated. But I do also think that as far as business owners, a lot of thought isn't going into the mathematical side. Now I'm gonna say this. I do probably skip over some things because, again, I'm one of those numbers person. The flip side, I've been a business owner over 20 years with different businesses, so I can kind of understand, in regards to, the human aspect, what makes people feel good in regards to what do they need to see, what do they need to hear when they're in a particular business. So I get both sides of it. But again, I think the math side is what hurts most people. And that's probably what most people have the least knowledge about, and understanding that the thing that you're trying to give is not going to bring what you expect to bring back, and it's going to cost you so much it can hurt you in the long run. So those kind of things that I try to, when I consult business owners, especially new business owners, I get what you're trying to, what your vision is, but can that vision be sustained, and i.e. through revenue, customers and stuff coming in to cover the cost and where you're trying to be at, because if you got this high end attitude, but you got mid end, low end, no end customers coming through, it ain't gonna damn work. It ain't gonna damn work. And I'm down here in Atlanta, everybody's celebrity. Nobody's regular down here. Everybody's high end clientele, and they know this person, they know that person. And the thing that always lose me, you may know one rich person. You do know that rich person, and that person take pictures with you and everything like this. But the bulk of your damn clients ain't hardly got too much damn money. So again, that one person can't sustain it. And then you know what it is. If you really know people probably with some kind of celebrity or even some kind of influence, like they may have money and they may want to know one or two other people, but the vast majority of people that they actually know or deal with, they ain't got too much damn money. They just know that person just like you do. So you just got to be kind of careful with yourself and when trying to map out exactly what you want to provide to your customers from actual experience, customer service or customer experience standpoint. Okay, so that was the discussion I want to have, and I appreciate all you guys tuning in regards to what we're talking about, the customer service experience. So what I'm going to do now, like I said, at the end of every show, open the floor up. So if you got any questions about business, finances, grants, and stuff like that, go on and shoot, because you got me here, and I answer your questions and stuff like that now. So just shoot while we with whatever question you may have. So let me go back to here. And listen, I apologize if I pronounce your name or your screen name wrong. Yima Jajul. Okay. I think I got that right. So the question was, do your company help us out for a fee, help them with grants? The question is, the help I'm giving is the videos with the grants. I don't do grant writing. I don't do grant writing at all. What we do is provide information. If you go to my YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, we got over 150 grants. Always active on the YouTube channel. There's more grants on that post. If you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, look at the grants playlist. Go through that. I want you guys to understand something. When I said this before, those grants that on Mr. Short Dollar, some of them are what's called recurring grants. So a video that we may have posted in 2021, 2020, those grants still may be active. They may be what we call reoccurring grants that renew each month, each quarter, twice a year, annually. So go down the YouTube channel. How you doing now? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, look at the grants playlist, and from there you'll be able to see which grants. Now you gotta do put a little sweat equity in there. I get a lot of people posting, give me info, do this and do that. If I'm telling you, go to the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel, look at the grants playlist, and just you gotta spend a little time looking through it. And then from that standpoint, just see exactly what you apply for. Because one of the biggest things, and I can't stress this to you guys enough. When we start talking about applying for these grants, everybody, I think the pandemic got everybody messed up because those grants that they were just giving out just because you get out of bed and breathe every day. That's not how grants function. That is not. Grants are created to solve problems. That's create a solve problem. Be it somebody coming out of prison, some single moms. Disabled veterans just coming out, folks just getting over substance abuse. So you're trying to help people to do that. That's what grants are created for, where you actually got to come with a program to say, okay, look, this is the operation of the business we're doing to help solve that problem, i.e. what that grant is for. Now, where most people get lost at is because you have to have some kind of legitimacy to yourself for them to give you that money. I.e., most of them are going to want you to be incorporated, have some kind of business set up, C Corp, S Corp, LLC, however it is. Have your bank information together, have all that stuff together. They may want you to fill out a W-9 with that. They may want to say, okay, we give you X amount of money. Let me see if you've been in business for so much, just to see if you're a legitimate business. And that's just really kind of just trimming the fat, but also make sure, like, okay, this is not, we're dealing with people that actually can help solve the problem that this grant is created for. And a lot of time, to be honest with you, that's why most people get, knocked out of it, because they aren't legitimately able to take advantage of it. What I got, I am red themed now. God forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. I apologize. How you doing? I got Simply Fab just tuned in. Hey, how you doing? I appreciate you tuning in. But that's one of the biggest things that hurt people with grants. And I know you got a ton of people that put videos out about grants. Because I'm an accountant. I've been in the financial service industry over 25 years. I had my business firm, tax company, accounting firm. We've been in business. This is our 21st year in business. I say all that to say that most of the time, guys, when you're dealing with professionals, accountants, lawyers, doctors, most of the time when you look at the videos, they're very mindful on the advice or the information they give to people, because we got some kind of recourse. Because if you're going to say that I'm an attorney, I'm an accountant, I'm a doctor, or whatever kind of, if you're certified or whatever in what you do, you want to make sure you do, because people can always come back and say this person putting out false information. And you look, you Mr. Johnny Cash or Miss Lady Lavish Lifestyle and stuff like that. You can say anything you want to damn say, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, to be honest with you. So I would always kind of push people. You don't have to just go with me, but just have some kind of due diligence. Try to make sure you listen and following the advice of credible people. And I see them all different times on social media. And I ain't saying that you can only listen to people with degrees or people that have certain certifications. I'm not saying that, but you need to make sure that they're somewhat credible. See, at the end of the day, we can argue opinions all day and night about how I feel about what you're doing, or you feel what I'm doing, or how you feel about what I'm talking about. But results are results. If a person has created something, the person has produced something, we can't argue that. problem come up is a lot of times people giving advice about you can get this kind of grant, you can get this kind of credit, but they ain't showing you their tax returns. They ain't showing you no link. They got. I seen video. I just seen a video this morning. This young brother was talking about, you can get all these kind of credit lines, and you can go to Chase and get this. Man, if you go into Chase with all that BS, man, them folks will laugh your ass right out of their office. I'm just saying, when you start dealing with those major banks and stuff like that, and keep in mind, guys, remember, it's when you're dealing with them, it's going to be cheaper. So, and that's why I say they really want you to have all your stuff together, because the rates and terms are going to be the best ones for you, as opposed to you dealing with probably non-traditional lenders and stuff like that. The non-traditional will be easier for you to get funding for, but the cost will bust you down. You borrowing money at 10, 15, 20%. And once you start making payments on it, you like, shit, then you can get that damn money back. So you want to try to go to the path where you're dealing with a traditional lender, because they're going to give you a more advantageous product. But with that said, you got to be careful when you listen to some of the information out there. Anybody know me as long as I've been in the game, I don't talk about other folk businesses or anything like that. You ask me a question, I give you the information, but I don't go into the talking bad about it or whatever, anything like that. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. So I would just err on the caution that make sure whoever you talk to, you're talking to credible people, where you can look at some kind of track record to say, okay, cool, this person, has some kind of, background certification, did some kind of studying, because you can listen to the muscle man or the muscle lady telling you how to lose weight and all this other kind of stuff. But man, you might be doing something that they telling you to do that cause you have a damn massive heart attack and stroke. But they don't damn know, because they just lost some weight and start doing push-ups themselves. They look good, they fine, but they don't know a damn thing. They just active with themselves. But you listen to somebody with certifications, they've been taught about different systems, about different body types, different, how to handle certain health issues, when to refer you to go talk to your doctor first with doing it. But you just, the other person, they look good and they got a good following. Be careful of that. Be very careful of that. Like I say, hey, you can scrutinize me. You can look me up on LinkedIn. Everything I've done, everything is right there and stuff. So you can just check that. I have no problem with that. That's why I put it there. And I think most people that in the same situation, that they'll try to do that as well. But I just want you guys in particular to, if you're going to be going down this road of entrepreneurship and doing these particular things, I want you guys to make sure that you're doing it the right way, because what you don't want to be doing is going down a certain road, or going down a certain path, and you're not putting yourself in the best position to do it. And now you got to keep starting over. You got to keep going back and fixing this and going back and fixing that, because the path or the advice that you were given probably wasn't the most cool, wasn't the most fun, or definitely wasn't the fastest way to get it. And you got to keep starting over. And who the hell want to keep doing that, right? Two things are more precious to you. That's your time and your damn money. And who the hell want to lose any one of them, okay? Let me see if anybody else got any questions. Let's see. Again, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We're streaming live on YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram right now. So we on all the different platforms and everything. We got a lot of folks on the live. So that's why my head on the swivel right now, because I'm looking at the different cameras and screens and stuff to make sure I get everybody's questions answered. We'll be at the studio tomorrow. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I gotta booger that up. Tomorrow's show. You thought you were starting a business, but you made a whole new job. You thought you were starting a business, but you made yourself a whole new job. How many people done did that? Went down that road of entrepreneurship, they quit their job, ready to go out there and click their heels, and they done sit there and made some stuff like this is some BS. Damn that stuff. And we're gonna go through all that whole thought process of leaving, starting the business, going through the ups and downs of it, and we hit that little classic fork in the road. Am I going to stay with this, put my nose down and keep fighting, or am I going to leave it? It's not a right or wrong. And then we look at the fact that it's going to probably dictate you to make the decision if you're going to stay or if you're going to leave, okay? Let me see. Has anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions? I don't see anybody else tuned in. See people coming in and out. Well, look, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight while we're talking about it. Let me make sure what I'm going to do right now on the stream, y'all, with the Facebook. Let me see what we got here. That's not bad. Give me 1 second. I want to put some of the information out that's from the different feeds for everything. Again, like I said, if you got any questions, just feel free to shoot, because you got me right now on here. And like I said, I'm a good accountant, but I ain't a cheap accountant. So if you got anything as far as finances, business and questions, anything like that, you got the brother right now. So please, 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 please take advantage of it while you got a chance and stuff, because I'm here to answer all those questions for you right now. But if not, just tune into the next video, reach out to us at the office and take advantage of everything from there. But right now I'm about to disappear. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion we had tonight in regards to is customer service overrated. Make sure you tune in to the show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also might have a live feed in the morning or another video posting out. But definitely, guys, it's been a pleasure. You guys take care of yourself. Thanks again for tuning in. Okay, what's this? What's the latest grant for startups? We posted a video about a month ago about with startups. Ivani just asked, what's the latest grant for startups? I'm going to tell you to do this. Go to YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. We got over 150 grants on there. The key thing when we ask the question, and I'm glad you asked in regard to startups, here's the deal. Anytime you go to these, apply for these grants, everybody going to have different rules and requirements, and even deliverables that the grant is going to want you to have. A lot of times, now you're quite welcome, but just check this out. This is what I want everybody to understand. It is not saying it's the case with you. When we start talking about the whole thing of startups, a startup by definition is not something just in your head. A startup is just pretty much a new business. It may be just say a business under 2 years or maybe a year old, right? But it's still a business where everything is there, not necessarily the idea. I want to start up a bakery, start up a clothing line, stuff like that. That's not a startup. That's an idea in your head. Even with these grants, they're still going to want you to have some kind of a tangible piece. And, you've been incorporated. You got that bank account. You got all this stuff already, right? They're going to want that because the startup is not just, hey, what you want to do. You got to have some kind of skin in the game. I mean, like, people just not going to give out money just for the hell of it, just to say, hey, we want to make your dreams come true. Now, we did put a grant out in this title for startups and people just new in business. Go to check out the grants playlist. It was about a month ago. I think there was a reoccurring grant that renews each month. I'm not for sure. But I know in the title of it had startups or people new in business. I knew that was on there. We might have did it. It's in the past 3 months we posted that. But it's like I said, it's over 100 grants on the channel. But that's one I know if you go down the grant playlist, you'll be able to see we posted that. But with that said, you got to make sure you got your ducks in a row. We dealing in legitimate business. We ain't dealing in hustling and all this other kind of stuff. We talking about having all your ducks in a row, because when opportunity comes for expansion, new business, contracts, things like that, you want to have your stuff together. And that's why a lot of people miss out on opportunities. And then when the opportunity comes in front of them, you say, hey, man, I just got this call. These folks want to offer me these new routes. We want to get some new equipment, blah, 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 blah. But, I never did get all my incorporation done, never did get my bank account, never did get a loan and stuff like that. That's why you guys need to make sure you're checking out the videos we have in regards to finance and things like that. Well, I'm giving you this information. I ain't selling you this. We're giving this stuff in these videos. You got all that stuff set up, and you're not taking a deal to get a line of credit or a loan where it's not going to be beneficial to you. You don't got this damn loan, this business loan, because you seen the YouTube video, how to get a loan with a bad personal credit score, and you got it, but it's at 20%. And it's so that the payment's so damn high, you're not making enough money to cover costs. After you've paid your people, paid for the fuel and gas, and then paid that loan back and stuff like that, man, you ain't got nothing. And now you done left your job to start your business, and now you ask Ubering part-time to kind of break even to pay for your expenses. How many of y'all done seen that story before? You don't want to be doing that. Make sure your ducks in a row, even if it's going to take you a little bit more time to get it started. We can say, well, look, man, I just want to take a leap of faith. I just want to do it. God told me to do that. God told you to do it the right damn way. Don't blame it on God because you couldn't be patient. And that happened too much. Take your time. Do it the right way. The right way may take a little bit longer, but when you do it, you ain't got half of them stresses hanging over your head because you rush. Nobody don't give a damn about you didn't know. Nobody don't give a damn if you didn't nobody told you or not. You got Google University, you got YouTube University, you got Mr. Short Dollar and all the other attorneys and all these other people that you can sit here and pay. But because you don't want to wait, you don't want to spend a certain amount of money. And, first call, I talked about that last night when people call and say, hey, man, y'all do taxes or whatever. How much you charge? You give them the price. Damn, and they get off the phone. I never get asked. I'm 21 years in business. All these damn degrees I got on my damn wall back here posted up and everything. They don't ask about none of that. They don't ask for insured. They don't ask for bonded. They don't ask for license. They don't ask for none of that. They want to know about you the cheapest, right? And you know sometimes what happens to you when you deal with the damn cheapest. Far too often, you're going to get your ass bamboozled, And I'm not trying to have this look, just push that so much about prices. But I'm just saying, again, when you want to go down this road of entrepreneurship, you want to be in business, do it right. It might cost you a little bit more money to get stuff in place. It might take a little bit more time. But again, you got that foundation together. We've seen, just like sometimes you see in some of these neighborhoods where, I call them sometimes gingerbread houses. They don't slap the damn house up in a month or two. I mean, one halfway strong win, not even halfway. You're like the big bad wolf that came there and knocked the whole damn thing down because they just unglued some damn popsicle sticks together. Get yourself a solid foundation. Get everything together. Take your time. What's this, Ivani? Okay, totally understand. Definitely going to check it out. Appreciate it. Hey, no problem. My pleasure. But definitely, guys, again, like I said, the pathway may take a little bit more time to get everything together. But listen, you do it right, okay? All right. I think we're near the end of everything. By time for my bedtime, I'm going to have my little cocktail and call it a night. Make sure y'all tune in to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't, go to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take advantage of all the great information there. Also, guys, listen, check out, if you're looking to get into the tax business, I got a course that I made over a year ago, how to start your own tax business. Pretty much I'm just sharing my whole system as far as even being in the tax business. I'm not teaching you, different tax credits or different deductions or what to put in and how to, get people this much money back. I'm selling my system. How to get customers, how to keep customers, how to find new customers, what to do during the year. From that, like I just told you, that whole experience. When they walk in the door, sit down and get processed. When they walk out, how to follow up with them and stuff. I'm going to explain to you how to do that kind of stuff with a tax business. Again, because I know just the tax industry is one of those businesses. A lot of time people want to get into it and they look at it like, man, I can make some money doing some taxes. But what happened a lot of times, they get out there doing it, man, and make some wrong decisions here and there. And next thing you know, they own Fox 5, for all kind of Fed charges and shit, trying to make money. Look, man, check out if you're interested in getting it. Pick up the course. You welcome and feel free to reach out to the office. We got, again, all the contact information in the description section of the video. Just go to the YouTube channel. You'll see that. Hey, my brother James Dent. Well, hey, man, appreciate it. I appreciate you tuning in, brother, anytime. But definitely, I just want you guys, again, keep that in mind, what I say, just being patient as business owners. I know I probably got off track with that, but that's one of the biggest things I see people doing it. If you're going to do it right. This ain't meant for everybody. And I don't push entrepreneurship. I got 4 boys. They all try to put their little toe into it a little bit. But again, like, you can't have, a scared person expectations, but got, unscared person, behave. I mean, God, I'm boogieing late at night. Just having unscared person expectations, but you got scared person behavior. You're gonna have to do some things that gonna have you afraid. Not stupid, but just do some things that gonna have you afraid, and just kind of, because you have a proper system in place, and because you've done the right things to create a good structure for yourself, it can mitigate the losses you have, and also try to, bring traffic in the way you want. If you got a vision, implement that vision, but be patient and put the proper structure up and systems to help you be able to carry that out. And again, you're gonna have some bumps in the roads. You're gonna have some mishaps. I never look at stuff being failures. It's just educational moments for you to learn from everything. But definitely focus on getting that structure and those systems together. Okay. Let's see if I see anybody else tuning in. Anybody else tuning in? Well, look, everybody, y'all have a safe night, and get some rest and everything. I appreciate you tuning in and stuff. But feel free to reach out again. We got all the information. If you need to book an appointment and stuff, we got the free appointments, 30-minute session, hour sessions. Free appointments like 10 minutes long. Please don't book a free appointment with an hour question. But I guarantee you, again, you can look us up on Google. You can look us up, just reviews and stuff like that. I'm real funny about my customers and my money. So, I'm very, very funny about my name. I wouldn't be having this YouTube channel over 5 years talking about money and finance about flim-flamming people or anything. So I'm very funny about the information I give to people and stuff. And I stand behind it. Anything I do, anybody done did business with me, they can do that. If anybody knows something, those Google reviews, you can't delete that. You can delete comments. You can delete posts. But somebody posts something on you on Google and stuff like that, yeah, that's devastating. You ain't gonna be able to get rid of that. So, and I stand behind everything I do. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, but definitely go to the YouTube channel. That's where the hub, all the videos at. Subscribe to the channel, take advantage of all the great information. Y'all take care of yourself, be safe, love you, and I'll talk with you soon.